Hey buddy, it's Invictus. Time another Eden run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Oh boy. Yep. Everybody had that last episode and it was just served up and knocked it out of the park. Thank you all very much. We did another video across 3,000 likes now. That puts us at an even 2 weeks for the like streak goal of the worst ranked items tier list ranking all items video worst ranking list items thing. Look, my brain is still fried from yesterday. So here's your meme of the day brought to you by Aragos. Title throw was it never fails and it never gets old. Isaac, here are a ton of items that give you range, tears rate, damage, and movement speed, and one melee item. Victor, drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. Yeah, that's good old-fashioned Invicta logic right there. Thank you very much, Aragos, and everyone who upvoted that one. Oh boy, yeah, my brain is still a little bit French fried from yesterday. CJ is going to be 8 Quebec Delta November Golf 8 Papa Echo. We've got already better tears rate and damage than we had for most of that episode, and you know, it's one of those things where you just can't deny that even though the journey was painful and it was stress-filled and like you weren't sure if a lot of people would like it or appreciate it, at the end of the day, it's all about the friends that we made along the way and the newfound appreciation that we have for $3 bill and or fruitcake. So that being said, I hope we never see TM Trainer ever again. Like, I'm very, very much happier having a lead pencil start here, yeah, it's been a week, man. It's definitely been a week. We might as well go fight the boss while we're here. Gold card's gonna give us a nice little option for the next floor. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then the next one should be a Monster's Lung shot here. We get Gemini once again on the first floor. 15. Did very minimal damage. All right. Also starting with Sack Dagger, of course, or a Sack Altar, I should say. So if we end up getting some kind of familiar or follower, we'll be able to sacrifice them immediately for a couple of Devil Deal items. That would be very nice. We're hoping that we get, honestly, some damage here would be nice. Our tears rate's not bad, or neither is our shot speed. Truth be told, none of our stats are really that bad, except maybe our damage. 3.21's a little bit below what I would like to start with, and that has been since rectified because we got ourselves Synth Oil, which is going to bring us now to 4.90. Undoubtedly, our item room and shop are going to be over here somewhere. Yeah, we're getting, again, it seems like it's the return of the trend of the very, very large first floors here. But Synth Oil is going to go great with lead pencil, obviously, because we're going to have all those spicy tiers thrown out on the 15th shot. And anytime we get a damage upgrade, we're just going to be dealing more damage with all those shots. I mean, it's not really like, you know, it's not rocket science. You know, you deal more damage as you get more damage. That's about it. Normally. I really don't like this room. This is consistently one of my least favorite rooms in the game, just because it's very difficult to see where the shots are going to be coming from, especially when you have the fires kind of there. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Even though there's no fires there, it's just the sheer amount of volume of tears that you have to dodge in this room is just this is like the quintessential. The longer that you're inside of this room, the higher the chances you're going to get hit. That does not help us at all. So we have still yet unbelievably not found our item room yet, despite us already fighting the boss. So let's just keep on going here, and eventually we will find the item room, which is right there. Obviously, we can't go into the curse room now because we got hit by that champion. So, extra bombs and yeah, active items galore. So we are now. I could, if I really want to, could go in the curse room with the game kid, but I'm not going to do that. All right, world card. We don't have a key, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to hope that one drops. Might as well go into the... I mean, we can go in the curse room here, thanks to the secret room placement, which is nice. Yeah, there's a lot of things that goes through your mind whenever you've got to run like yesterday's If you haven't seen yesterday's run, by the way, I don't know what you were watching. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, of this series, then you undoubtedly watched it. But if you happen for some reason to skip ahead, shame on you. First off, you shouldn't be doing that. But if you are doing that, then at least just don't spoil them in the comments. And if you do spoil them in the comments, well, then it's the person's who reads the comments before the episode airs. That's where honestly you're really screwing up. Anyway, there's a multitude of thoughts that goes through my brain whenever we have those runs. I try to keep it as entertaining as possible without belly aching too much. But it's also one of those type of things where I just have to formulate a strategy that can somehow maybe keep the video entertaining, but also like not dying. So we've had 3 out of 2 item rooms. We have had 3 active items. That is impressive. Yeah, but there's a fine line between keeping things balanced, of entertainment along with with trying to play at the skill level that someone would expect you to play at. And I really honestly did think that we were just done yesterday. Like I thought that was it. I thought maybe we can sneak by and be okay if we happen to get like a really good tier effect or something like that. But as soon as Damocles showed up, I was like, yeah, we're this is it. I mean, this is it. Get ready for the end here, because it's happening. And whenever that happens, then we're going to start the random streak, and then when that ends, we're going to go back to Eden. And so it's a very simple formula. But I really did think that when Damocles showed up yesterday, I thought that we were absolutely done. I was like, there's no way, because of the sheer amount of time it was taking to get through every single, not even floor, every single room, and the amount of like chances that the game has to kill us is, it was not in our favor to win that run yesterday. And I'm honestly shocked that we did, but I was very relieved and very happy that we did. Movement speed upgrade. I'm gonna check it just in case there's something we can take in here, but I highly doubt it, and I would be wrong. Dead cat. I'm gonna take Sister Maggie here so we can use the sacrificial altar. We can guarantee a way to get back into the secret or into the devil deal by bombing ourselves, getting purgatory. Gonna cost us another life, and that's fine. Another life, that's fine. Then we can save. We'll save sac altar until we get another follower. And I thought I'd also have to answer last week's question with an answer of my own, which was, why so blue, Mosh Pit? Why so blue? If you recall, that was on the dogfight episode, which I was actually kind of worried about YouTube flagging just because of the title, but I was like, maybe if I make a Top Gun themed thumbnail, which a lot of people really didn't get, which honestly surprised me as well. Even Alex didn't know what Top Gun was, and I was like, oh man, I gotta educate you over there in Mexico. I don't know how to say Top Gun in Spanish, but I'm going to try. And then I proceeded to not be able to say Top Gun in Spanish. Anyway, but yeah, that's what the question was last week, was why so blue, Mosh Pit? Because that episode was honestly another struggle bus episode. I can't believe that thing actually hit us. And the most upvoted comment was from Darius Batkiss, or Backcuts. I'm gonna say Darius. They said because I don't have triple dead god save files yet, and that's something to be blue about for sure. But it's something that you can work on as well. It gives everyone kind of a goal. I'm gonna ding our. I mean, we've been putting a lot of work into it. As far as chaos goes, I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that, because we actually have we got a good thing going for us right now. With 9 lives, or should I say 6 lives. A devil deal precedent. I don't think that chaos is really going to work here, but we'll see. Darius said because I don't have triple dead god save files yet. Again, totally understand that. There's a very easy way to remedy that, though. But if you want to do it the legit way, then, well, it's quite the chore. So And then another person said, this is from Nick Gibson 6086. They said lack of air. That's, yeah, that would do it. Lack of air would certainly do that. And then finally, the one of the more upvoted comments as well was from Virtu double zero Virtu, and they just said dabu dee dabu da. So thank you very much for that Eiffel 65 reference. And I'm glad that we had so many meaningful comments on last week's episode. I think people just like hearing me say the silly names and then hearing me say the silly comments. Reminds me of that awesome animation I saw by Meat Canyon. He did of Steve Harvey, the Steve Harvey stare. That guy added some great stuff, man. Like, if you want visual horror in animated form, I mean, like, I don't know anyone who does it to the quality of Meat Canyon. Like, it is the Steve Harvey one especially is probably my favorite animation, just because of the sound and like there's huge like references to like Dark Souls and stuff and Elden Ring. So it's really it's definitely my favorite that he's ever made. Definitely go check it out. It'd be neat to work with him. He's got a very Edmund-esque type art style, which is it's very Isaac-like, and I think that's why a lot of you would like it. Definitely go check it out. But I mean, he's a huge YouTuber, so you probably already know where he is. And we're still looking for that item room. Just find it. That'd be real neat. Well, kind. Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes whenever we like, especially if we're just having a really crap run of Isaac. It just feels like everyone sometimes just like waits for it and like almost like people want it. They like seeing me in these sort of ridiculously high tension, high difficult settings, and you know, as long as it's entertaining, I guess that's all that ends. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Fallen, so I have a very decent shot at getting another baby here that we can sacrifice, and that is a sentence that I am comfortable saying because I play this game in context. It makes sense, but out of context, it sounds pretty bad. It'll get you on a few lists. We end up getting Spear of the Night, no Devil Deal, obviously, because we took Red Heart damage, but yeah, that's not bad. I'm still gonna wait on. I'm not gonna take Chaos. I think that we should go for a second follow. I will admit that there is this, and this is about as candid as I get, you all. I mean, those of you who watch me for a while now, you know that I don't really talk about this sort of thing that much. But speaking of the Meat Canyon videos and the Steve Harvey one, there was one time, and I don't even really feel super comfortable sharing this, but I'll share it anyway because I've already started down this road. I don't remember when it was. It was a few years ago. I was going through a very bad breakup. And I was trying to talk about it on Twitch without giving away like details. And I mean, you know, there's a certain amount of like, you know, negative dumping that you don't want to do on your audience and stuff. You know, there's a fine line between like, you know, just being depressive or overly negative and just, you know, sharing stuff. But I was going through a very bad breakup at the time, very bad. It hit me really hard, and I remember talking about it, and then somebody, it wasn't one of the regulars of the mosh pit, but it was somebody who I'd seen before, but I can't recall who it was necessarily, but it wasn't one of the regulars. Anyway, they said something to the effect of, "We don't care about any of this. Can you just get back to Isaac?" And that really upset me on that day. And I handled it the way that I usually do, which is usually sarcasm and kind of just being a smart aleck. You know, but I was just like, you know, yeah, sure. You know, don't really care about what's going on in your life. You know, as long as you guys get that Isaac content, that's all we care about. Dance monkey dance sort of thing. And I wish that I had the talent to be able to do like Meat Canyon animations, because like I would have loved to have done a parody of that. But it does feel like that sometimes. Sometimes with this job, it's the best job in the world, and I would never ever complain about having this job, because I've had bad jobs and this is the best one I've ever had, and I would never trade it for anything. I wouldn't take advantage of it for anything. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it is a difficult job. It is there are certain challenges that come with it, and much like the people trying to grab like Steve's attention for saying like outlandish and stupid answers, that sort of thing, just because they want him to give attention to them, and much like that. It's like, it's almost as if like if you don't deliver what your fans expect you to, you're almost hurting them in a way, even if it's like not necessarily what you want to do at the time. And that's not something that like I ever thought like I never thought I'd experience something like that. Now, that's the only time that's ever happened to me, where I was just like, I was particularly just emotionally vulnerable that day just because of the breakup. So like that was like probably the last thing I wanted to hear or see someone say was like, yeah, we don't care about any of this crap, just get back to Isaac. But I felt the need to bring it up just because like there is that. So I don't know what it's called. I'm not sure what that whole theory is, where it's almost like, what it reminds, another thing that reminds me of is the I Didn't Do It Bart Simpson episode, where he becomes famous for a catchphrase, and I'm not trying to equate myself saying I'm famous or anything like that, but there's similar feelings of like, people only really want one thing from you, one thing only, and it's certainly exacerbated by the fact that YouTubers who are kind of one-trick ponies, they don't really get a chance to really break out from the norm. And I can definitely see how that would lead to burnout for a lot of creators out there. Because it's just like, yeah, like people don't want to see the next Fortnite. People already have Fortnite. Like, shut up and do Fortnite type thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people say to Epic, and same thing for Monster Hunter, or for Sea of Thieves or Among Us or whatever. I don't really know what that. I'm not sure what that logic is called. There's got to be a term for it, a psychological term, where you're just like you're sort of like a one-trick pony. Like that's what people only expect and only want from you. They don't really care about anything else. I don't know what's called. I'm not smart enough to know. Well, anyway, we got this run. I don't know why I went off on that tangent. And I'm gonna give it one more floor before we say goodbye to Sister Maggie. I think what it was is just that, like, when I lose, when I feel like I'm going to lose in a game, or when I do lose a game, like if I'm playing like League or playing Pokemon or something like that, it's like I really feel like I let not only myself down, but like I let other people down. No one, I mean, like no one is immune to losing. There's a way to, I mean, even the GOAT, even Tom Brady, he's lost, And I think that people definitely like expect a little bit too much from you sometimes. But you also I also expect like a lot from myself too. We were way ahead of Boss Rush, which is like insane because we were so far behind after the first two floors being super long. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just Isaac. At the end of the day, it's just a silly little indie game that I still enjoy playing. It does test you though. Like it is a challenge for sure. And yesterday's run was one of those sort of spiritual moments where it's like, I don't know if like this is definitely the perfect storm of us being in real deep trouble here. And I really did think that once Damocles showed up, I was like, that has to be it. Like this is over. Excuse me? there a shot up there that I just didn't see or something? Very confused by that. Must have been a diagonal shot that I just straight up just didn't see. I thought that, for some reason, I thought Purgatory was going to cancel that, but I guess I killed him. I guess I killed the Gish floor licker before that happened. Also, where in the world is our item room? Because I'm only seeing 2 more spots it could be, and then one of them's a shop, so gotta be over here. Very happy to have Purgatory. Now, as good as our starting stats were, they're no longer great. 4.90 damage by this point is pretty not good. And our tears rate also, in fact, we haven't had a single tears up. We haven't had a single stat up other than speed. We did get the 1 range and 1 damage upgrade from Synth Oil, but that was on floor 1. What I'm trying to say is that we really need to dig deep here and get some upgrades ASAP. And now here's what the detractors are going to say. Victor, you could have had chaos. You could have had chaos, Victor. Think of all the extra items you could have had. Yeah, in the shop, which we don't have a whole lot of we don't have a whole lot of money. And we get shops like this. Woo! Alright, get him out of here. Maggie's gone. Little Haunt's gone. We end up getting a Thame as well as Eye of Belial, which definitely going to help us out a little bit, but we need to get some raw stats as well. Like, a Thame and Eye of Belial are undoubtedly going to help, but we need raw stats to accompany these awesome tier effects. The problem here is that we don't have the tears rate to really be popping off with our lead pencil right now. And don't take that out of context, you weirdos. I know you. I see you in the comments typing. Oh, I see you. She's gonna be like, what the heck? Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if this is a lamb killing build here. We're gonna barely make boss rush. 68% deal with the devil. Failure. And I guess Tech X, but man, this is a fool. Living on a shoestring budget right now. One more time here. And we could also get into the boss trap room. Gonna do that. I mean, we might as well at this point because there might be HP in there, and that would heal us back up to full, almost full. Or there's a magic 8-ball. Ancient Recall is going to give us 3 additional cards. Moon card, Queen of Hearts. Strength cards. Okay, so we got that HP back, and we now have enough to play the Demon Judgment, or the Demon 3-Skull Monty again if we wanted to. Which honestly, I don't ever recall ever getting anything good out of the 3-Skull Monty Judgment. So we're gonna take our Moon card and we're gonna head on down to the next floor. So Secret Room might be there. Nope. There. Might be here. It ain't there. This got to be above the arcade. Okay. Some people have asked me, how come I push the bombs like that? Wouldn't it be better just to, like, you know, politely place the bomb near the thing that I want to explode? And yes, it would be smarter and less dangerous, but it's just a habit that I got into a long time ago, which is actually Ryan's fault. So if you want to get mad at me, get mad at him, because he's the one who like actively made me start doing that. Just because it's a force of habit that he does, and I just kind of, it's a bad habit that I picked up from him. But it's not my fault though. No, I mean, you know, I'm blameless now. It's totally not me. It's his fault. Had On and On by Erykah Badu stuck in my head for like the last 4 days. And honestly, there's like way more worse songs that I could get stuck in my head than that song. Like the Dua Lipa song or Lupa song, whatever the heck that song was. Yeah, that song, I mean, that song's a bop. Don't get me wrong, it's a bop, but it's a straight up earworm, okay? And On by Erykah Badu is really, it's a really good song. I haven't heard that song in a very long time, and like I heard it the other day just on a random like YouTube browsing while I was getting some work done, and I was like, you know what, I haven't listened to this song in forever, and now it's just like it's just infected its way back into my brain, where it's like, well, I guess I'm listening to this song for the next week and a half. Man, is it good. Although, like, I will say that, like, but by the way, I want to preface this by saying that Erykah Badu is one of the most talented and impressive musicians out there, an artist. She's an artist, a true artist. She's amazing, excellent. The amount of musical talent that that woman possesses in her body is never going to be surpassed by me or by anyone that I know. So that being said, though, she is one of the artists who, like, you know, those bands, whenever they play like a really good song by them, like it's like your favorite song, you know, and they don't quite play it the right way in like the album version, you know. It's just like, it's not the way that you're accustomed to. She does that with On and On and a couple other songs of hers that I'm just like, man, kind of a letdown, a little bit, just a little bit. I guess I'm also kind of spoiled by Metallica because they usually play their tracks mostly the same. You know, they tend to do some variants on, like, you know, Seek and Destroy, on One, on Master of Puppets. You know, that there's a couple of tracks that they do some variants of, but for the most part, it's the exact same way that they've always played it, right? You know, it's you can set your watch to it. But there's other bands that I've heard, and Erykah Badu is one of them live, where it's just like, man, I don't like this remix version. Can I just get the album version? I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority there. Parkway Drive, while I was still listening to them, which I don't anymore, but Parkway Drive was another one of those bands that's just like, you know, they play everything down to the T. Like, everything is great. There's a little bit of improv every now and then, but for the most part, it's very album-like. And, you know, it's great. Like, Parkway Drive is one of the best live bands out there. Like, they're up there with Metallica, I would say. What are some other bands that play their big hit singles and like they play it like either way too fast, or like, you know, they play like some variant which is like, I don't remember it being like this. Hang on a second. System of a Down is another one of those bands that kind of plays they play their live shows a little bit different, and it's a little bit like, not unsettling, but just kind of like, for me anyway. God, we got Guppy. Wow, I did not think we were gonna get Guppy on this run. I also have Dark Arts too, so Dark Arts is there. It's debatable whether we should have taken Guppy's collar, or Guppy's paw, because if we die, that's 3 soul hearts that we can get out of our 9 lives. Take dice back. Sizzle here. I'm not gonna re-roll this. Trying to get a soul heart to pop there. Like On and On's got some like really incredible lyrics. I mean, like Erykah Badu is just really good. I love a lot of the stuff that she does. True musical talent. And the lyrics to On and On are just sometimes they're really dark. Like especially the last chorus or the last verse is really good. And I really like songs that do that. They have like a really upbeat or chill tempo or chill vibe, but the lyrics have this hidden, sinister, almost like dark quality to them where it's like, wow, like if you actually sit down and read the lyrics, like a great example would be Hey Ya by Outkast. One of my favorite songs ever. One of the best Outkast songs they ever did. But man, read the lyrics to that song. As a musician, I can tell you that it definitely, like, I really appreciate that kind of writing because it's very hard to do. And if you can do it well, I think I screwed myself. I think we could have gotten more HP out of that. You can actually go. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say we can use the D1 in the next room or in the previous room, but we can't. We'll be there. It's just really hard to write lyrics and have them sound like that to the music and you're almost like masking the lyrics so much. It's very difficult to do. Like, you know, if you hear metal, like you're expecting to hear that kind of stuff in metal, not like a really chill, like laid back jazz vibe, you know, swing band to it, you know. Nice Purgatory hit there. Business really picked up on this room after getting Guppy, or on this run, I should say, after getting Guppy. That's for sure. I'm gonna leave that there just in case if we die. That way we're guaranteed to have at least 2 hearts before we go fight Lamb. Should be in this next room up here. Purgatory is a really excellent counter to Lamb. Purgatory can cancel out a lot of his BS. You can also use Dark Arts to cancel out his charge and stuff. Nice Fear by Abaddon. Really nice Fear by Abaddon. Put him all the way on the other side of the arena. Getting smoked. Absolutely crushed. I can see Golf 7 Victor 3 Charlie Quebec Tango 2. What on earth just happened? What did we get hit by in here? Was there something just at the door? I mean, it had to have been. We barely even got through the door there. Mulligan, which is not useless, but not great either. Such a relief to be able to fire my tears and actually have them go the way that like I want them to. So kill there with Dark Arts. Of course, everyone, if you're enjoying this episode, make sure you click that like button. It's the best way to support the channel. I know it sounds like a broken record, and you know you get tired of it. Oh my God, shut up about the likes, that sort of thing. Well, for the very small percentage of you that feel inconvenienced by me mentioning it, a vast majority of other people get reminded to make sure they like and comment. And it's very important. Like it keeps the channel going. It keeps me going, and you know, make sure that you guys and gals get quality videos like this video and like yesterday's video coming out every single day on time from here until the end of time. As Antoine Mitchell said, one time doing time for a long time. For those of you who get that reference, hey, kudos to you. You like watching good TV. Those of you who don't get that reference, well, then you probably weren't watching cable television in the early 2000s. Death card. Hold on to the Hermit card for now. It's so funny because Game Grumps just did a video on that show. They played a game, and I've actually seen the game before. I didn't play it, but I've seen the game based on that show before. And at the beginning of the video, they go through like literally most of the first 3 seasons in like 30 seconds. And if you've never seen the show, you have no idea what's happening. And Dan and Aaron were just losing their minds because they've never seen that show. I'm purposely not naming the show because, well, because I don't want to. Get Tears Up here, which is nice, and we get double Purgatory, which I'm pretty sure doesn't stack, but you know what? We're gonna find out. Pretty sure that Purgatory doesn't stack. World card, which doesn't matter because we already have Map Compass. And I will take the dime. I think we're going to use Tammy's Head more so than Dark Arts, to be quite honest. Because of the Eye of Belial interaction with her, it's really good. Eiffel 65. What a band. I remember when Blue first came out. Everybody, man, everybody in the bar scene and the club scene and everything, man, they were just non-stop talking about that song. Non-stop. Like, bro, have you heard this? Have you heard this? No, I haven't. Not playing it. I don't want to hear it. I do my schoolwork. I think everybody play that song. And you know, what I will say about the Eiffel, about that song is that like it definitely has a cool feel to it. I've never really been a big fan of the piano part, the do 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 do. Like that part has always sounded just kind of like out of place to me. But there's no denying that song is just an earworm. But if you really want to really want to like hear a good Eiffel 65 song, the only other song that I know by them out of the 2 that I know, but my preferred one is there's a Eiffel 65 song called Move Your Body. That song is a legit bop, and I don't care what anyone says. It's better than Blue, in my opinion, by far. Now, if you're going to ask me what the other Eiffel 65 songs are, I wouldn't be able to name them at all. But Move Your Body is a great song. Like one of those, like, sort of, like one of those sort of guilty pleasure songs, but like I kind of don't like that term just because I don't think that listening to music should ever be a guilty pleasure. I think listening to music is just great, good for you. Soothes the soul, man. There's nothing more that I like than just like listening to music. Even if I'm not listening to it, it's still just like a, I don't know. It's a favorite pastime of mine. And writing music too. I mean, I really enjoy writing music. Which is ironic because our next song is actually going to be a cover song. In fact, our last 2 songs are now going to be cover songs when this song finally comes out. Then we're right back to working on our stuff again. Tammy's Head just dominating everything here. You should never feel guilty about the music you're listening to. I mean, even if you're a Nickelback fan, go for it. I'm not gonna make fun of you. I'm not gonna, again, I'll never hate you for liking something that I don't. You actually don't get any benefit out of any of this. Yeah. No, I don't think we need any of that. We lost so many spiders there to that one night. Take the miter. Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable with myself saying that. I enjoyed listening to a few NSYNC songs. Backstreet Boys, they had a couple of bops. No, I just enjoy good music. I enjoy good music. Like, I love, like, Michael Jackson's got some of the best bangers out there. Like, I love Smooth Criminal, Billie Jean, Thriller, of course. Like, I mean, it's just good music. Like, I just love listening to good music. I don't care what genre it is. I don't care who the artist is. Blah 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 blah. I don't care. If it sounds good, I'm gonna listen to it. You know what? We've had enough fortunes for one weekend. Definitely done with the fortunes. Blood Clot, which is pretty much going to do nothing. And we could take Sulfur, I guess. It is going to give us Leviathan. It would also give us Brimstone Tech X, which is fine. And we also have Car Battery, which also kind of helps out a little bit. Helps make the case. Pluto, which is going to give us a pretty huge Tears Up. Oh God, I was just reminded. I was like, I'm trying to think of some songs that like I would be almost embarrassed to hear, or to be found listening to. And it just unlocked a memory of mine. Freaking, the song is not called Benny Lava, but it's called Benny Lava. And if you've never seen that video, it's a very, very old internet meme. But oh my God. You talk about a bop and a half. That song is an ultimate bop. I downloaded that song a long time ago, and I still rock out to it every now and then. Like, it is just such a classic tune. If you've never, and especially if you've never even seen the music video, oh my gosh, you are in for a treat. It is hilarious. It is quite hilarious. It may not be hilarious by today's standards, of course, but man, it is an all-time classic. And it's one of those songs where it's like, man, why does this song actually have to sound good? Because now I got to listen to it, and people aren't gonna know what the hell I'm listening to. But you know what? Heck with them. Who cares? Who cares what you're listening to? It's your business and your business alone. You know. That lead pencil shot just absolutely wrecked Mom there. I guess we'll take Death's Touch. We really don't need it. I do want Dark Matter, though, for more damage. Little Dumpy. Compound Fracture. We'll take a little Dumpy. Come on, little Dumpy. Let's go see old Beastie. We haven't seen Beastie in a while. Old Beastie. We don't care about what's in the item room. We do care about what's inside of the mini boss, though, because it could be some HP. The reason why we don't care about the item room is because we are going to be able to see what the other blind item is after we go onto the ascent. Well, some people still don't know that, but that's okay. Here to help. Your buddy Invictus here to help you. The Ultra Pride. Ultra Dead. Sure. We'll take left hand because we're probably not going to see any more chests that matter anyway. Plus, we have Guppy's eye, so yeah. And we absolutely want to go at least see what's inside of the shop. And normally, I wouldn't suggest doing what we're doing right now, which is going to the curse rooms and stuff. Because remember, everything is going to be costing 1 full soul heart per hit, or one full heart per hit. But because we're Guppy, I have confidence in this build. Plus, we have Tech X, and we're also going to have Sulfur. So, yeah, that plus car battery, gonna be alright. We're gonna be just fine. Get 20 cents here, and I don't think that's... there's no point. Get 20 cents, ooh, yay. Now, if we maintain 0 red hearts, we can get 3 free soul hearts when we go into the bedroom at home. Grab bombs, because bombs are some of the most, if not the most important things that you can have for Old Beastie. Oh, they made us go all the way to the item room. And we get Tech X again. I don't think stacks, but you know what? We're gonna see. Today's all about opportunity. It kind of stacks, I think. We get 20/20 with that. Oh, interesting. Nice play by Dumpy there.
Shut up! Shut up! Just keep pushing me like this. I'm leaving. Good. Leave. We'll be fine without you. And enough.
But yeah, that'd be as we're coming up to the end of this run. That'd be today's question of the episode, going on into the weekend and stuff. Do you ever feel guilty about listening to a certain song or band? And if you do, post them in the comments. Which one? You don't have to, I guess you don't have to be specific if you don't want to. But I mean, no one's going to attack you for listening to, listening to whatever. And if they do, then they're jerks, and we deal with jerks promptly around here. That'd be the question of the day. What's your guilty pleasure music? Again, I don't really like the term just because I don't think that you should ever feel guilty listening to music, but it's a pretty common saying in the day-to-day vernacular. It's around here anyway, so yeah, we'll go with it. What's your guilty pleasure song? The one that I can't stop listening to and that like I'll readily admit is like a song that like I'll just fire up at any point and be fine with it is Bye 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 by NSYNC. I don't care what anyone says, man. That song just will not get out of your head when you hear it. I may not blast it like full blast while I'm in the car driving, in the road where people can hear me. But at home, on stream, I'll blast it. I don't care. Yeah, no problem with that. Cash in our 3 soul hearts here, and that should be enough to get us home. We still haven't used sulfur yet, by the way. Though we've had it for like 8 floors. All right, we only use it when we need to. It's like going plus ultra. Only when when we ultimately have to. Which I found out, by the way, so we can bring this back to Coin Talk. Yeah. I found out that Plus Ultra was I believe it's a Latin phrase. And the only reason why I found out about that was because there's this really awesome Spanish escudo reales, something like that. It's this really awesome type of old antique Spanish coin that has, I believe it has PU on there, or it might even just say Ultra, and it stands for Plus Ultra. And I was like, yep, I have to get one. I've got to save up some money and get one, because that's like that's my anime right there. Not really my anime. I haven't watched My Hero Academia in a while, because they keep going off the air. Dang it! Like, as soon as stuff gets good with that anime, they stop. These are some of the weirdest looking tiers I've ever seen. Also, where's Purgatory? Purgatory? Where you at? Where you at, son? We need you. You in the lava? I do not see Purgatory anywhere. You got one use of Purgatory, and then it just FO'd. Now remember, we're gaining damage here every time we use Sulfur. Where the hell is Purgatory? Actually kind of bothered me. Oh, there it was. It was somewhere over here, I think. I do not see Purgatory again. I've already lost the plot. You know, it runs good when I'm more interested in trying to find Purgatory than deal with like Ultra Death and Ultra War and stuff. It was a good run overall. A classic, just fun run. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click that like button, leave a comment down below, everybody. I really would appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you all have a great weekend. Check out the question of the day. It's always going to be pinned, unless, of course, by the way, if you don't see a pinned comment, that means that YouTube ate it. Because I have to write the comments and pin them before the video goes live. So like I have to turn it to like unlisted and then go to private and then schedule it. I know it makes a lot of sense. But either way, check out the comment of the day, everyone. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Hope we all have a great start to your brand new weekend here. Let me know what kind of weekend plans you got going on as well. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to read them. All that good stuff. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Shock Top and Hunter Douglas. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode or get your hands on one of the exclusive keychains, check out my Patreon campaign down below or by going to patreon.com/Sinvicta.